What if I told you electricity may have been discovered over 2,000 years ago, long before Edison, long before Tesla, in a time when Rome ruled the world? A small clay jar was buried beneath the sands of Iraq, and when scientists opened it, they found something that shouldn't exist: copper, iron, and signs of chemical reaction. Some believe it was the world's first battery. But if that's true, who was using electricity, and why was it forgotten? Tonight, we uncover the truth behind the Baghdad Battery. Section 1. The Discovery. In 1936, German archaeologist Wilhelm Koenig was examining artifacts near Baghdad, Iraq. Among ordinary pottery fragments and ancient relics, he found something unusual: a small clay jar, about 5 inches tall. Nothing extraordinary at first glance, but inside there was a copper cylinder, and inside that cylinder, an iron rod. The rod was suspended in the center, separated from the copper by asphalt. It didn't look decorative. It didn't look symbolic. It looked engineered. And that's when things became strange. Section 2. The Experiment. Years later, scientists recreated the object. They built the same clay jar, the same copper cylinder, the same iron rod. Then they poured vinegar inside, or grape juice, something acidic. And when they connected wires, a small electric current was produced. About 1 volt. Not powerful, but real. A working battery, 2,000 years old. And suddenly, history became complicated. If you enjoy uncovering hidden pieces of history like this, consider subscribing, because some of the most fascinating stories ever told are the ones history tried to forget. Section 3. How it works. Electricity can be created when 2 different metals are placed in an acidic solution. The iron acts as one terminal, the copper acts as another. The liquid allows electrons to move. That movement creates a current. It's the same principle used in modern batteries, which means if this was intentional, someone understood basic electrochemistry in the ancient world. But here's the real question: why? Some historians believe the Baghdad Battery was used for electroplating. Electroplating is the process of coating one metal with a thin layer of another. With a small electric charge, you can bond gold to silver, or silver to bronze. And interestingly, ancient artifacts from that region show unusually fine metal coatings. Were they using electricity to enhance jewelry? If so, that changes everything. Others suggest something more dramatic. Imagine entering a temple. A statue stands before you. You reach out to touch it, and suddenly, you feel a shock. Divine power. In a time when science and spirituality were intertwined, electricity could easily be mistaken for magic. Was it used to create fear or awe? Skeptics argue it wasn't a battery at all. They say it may have been a storage container for scrolls or sacred objects. After all, there are no wires found with it, no written records describing electricity, no power grids in ancient Mesopotamia. And that's true. But then we ask again, why the copper? Why the iron rod? Why seal it with asphalt in such a precise way? Coincidence or lost knowledge? The bigger question: history has gaps, libraries have burned, civilizations have collapsed. The Library of Alexandria once held vast knowledge, much of it lost forever. How much technology disappeared with it? How many discoveries were made, then forgotten? The Baghdad Battery forces us to confront something uncomfortable. We assume progress is linear, that we are more advanced than all who came before us. But what if knowledge rises and falls? What if ancient civilizations knew things we are only rediscovering now? Section 4. Conclusion. The Baghdad Battery remains a mystery. Maybe it was the world's first battery. Maybe it was something simpler. But its existence proves one thing: the ancient world was far more intelligent than we often give it credit for. A small clay jar, buried in the sand, still challenging modern history, and perhaps still holding secrets. Because if this much was forgotten, what else is still buried?